Yo, what's up, guys? Tito here with Aloha Android, and a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to the Galaxy J3 Emerge. Some people are kind of excited for it, some people are feeling let down, and there's a lot of speculation flying. And I really want to kind of clear the air for everyone out there so you guys kind of understand what's going on. And that's what my channel is all about, is just bridging the gap between mobile technology and all the stuff that has to do with it and consumers who really don't have to know all this stuff really, that's why I do this on YouTube. So let's start with the Galaxy J3 2017, as it's being considered a letdown to a lot of people. But the biggest misconception of the whole thing is that carriers have involvement in the construction of these devices. That is absolutely false. If you believe that Boost Mobile has a rep for the company at Samsung telling them what phone they should build, you're sadly mistaken. They have nothing to do with the construction of devices. The only thing that Boost Mobile really has anything to do with OEMs is the fact that when the OEM says, hey, we have this device we just constructed and built, here's the specs for them, who would like it? And Boost Mobile will be like, okay, well, we'll buy a bulk of those. So we'll need those basically with Boost Mobile software, basically not software, but like bloatware and stuff like that, and packaged in Boost Mobile boxes and shipped out to all Boost Mobile outlets and retailer outlets to be sold to consumers out there. That's it. That's the only involvement carriers have with new devices that come out every year. They just buy them in bulk. They have nothing to do with the actual hardware construction of these devices. So they don't sit there and say, well, we want our 2017 J3 to have a 16 megapixel camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Like, no, Samsung does all that. That's why when you find unlocked versions, you basically find a full stripped down version of what is on the carrier, is because that phone is unlocked. It's not made to tailor a carrier in that sense. So the bloatware, the wallpaper from Boost Mobile, all that stuff, yes, that's Boost influence. That's basically the only thing that they really have a say on, is we need that as a stock wallpaper. We need these apps as default apps on the device, and that's it. So the software technicians basically put those apps in on the OS itself, and there it is. Hardware-wise, they have nothing to do with it, and I really stress that because a lot of people are very confused. They did the same thing with the Stylo 2 and the Stylo 2 Plus. They were wondering, why did Boost Mobile make the Stylo 2? First of all, Boost Mobile didn't make anything. They bought the CDMA version of the Stylo 2. There are two different networks out there that these carriers rely on. AT&T and T-Mobile are GSM. Sprint and Verizon currently are CDMA, where Verizon is going to kill its CDMA network in 2019 and probably become full GSM. So they have nothing unless a OEM is willing to partner with the carrier on a device that they're building, is when the carrier would have a lot more influence on the construction of that device than usual. That's it. So that is the first part. The second part is how closely spec the J3 2016 and the J3 2017 Emerge are. There are only but a very tiny bit of differences between the two. One being that it has a Snapdragon 430, which is an octa-core processor, instead of the 410, which was a quad-core processor. So processing power for the J3 Emerge should be faster, basically. Yes, it bumped up from 1.5 gigs of RAM to 2 gigs of RAM. And it is running 6.0.1 Marshmallow. And a lot of people are like, why construct this phone? Why not just create an OS update for the J3 currently on Boost Mobile and let us, have Marshmallow on that device? And that has to do with consumer spending habits. See, we really don't know how much power we as consumers have on OEMs. Okay, even if at times it seems like we don't, because we'll email them and be like, okay, where's the Marshmallow update for the ZTE Warp Elite? And it never happens. We tend to just feel like, okay, we have no power, but we actually do. The only reason why that OEMs have found it to be more profitable to build new hardware and market it out there with very slight bump ups and upgrades is because people tend to just buy these devices and jump right on it. And I'm not talking about those people like myself who buy devices and review them on YouTube. I'm talking about the average plain Jane consumers that, got this phone like a month ago and then bought this phone today. It was like because they wanted to upgrade. Upgrading is good. Upgrading, you feel good. When you get a brand new device, it feels good. Let's not lie to each other. It feels awesome. It feels amazing. It's like, oh my gosh, the behavior of the device and everything, the feel, the quality material put into it, the design. Yeah, it'll catch you. So consumers have made it a habit to automatically be on the latest and greatest. And OEMs have figured out that if we just do minor upgrades, they will buy this device rather than us have to, do an OS upgrade on an older hardware. So that is the reason why devices like the J3 Emerge, which is the 2017 J3, exist in the first place, without really going up because they're not trying to hit a higher mark, okay? If their budget is to make this device $149.99, you're not going to put in a bunch of hardware that's going to make the device immaculate where it would be like a $300 device marked down to $149.99. It just doesn't make sense. The OEMs lose money. They're in it to make money. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, is they're in there to make money. They're not in there to razzle-dazzle and impress the hell out of you because they already know that you are not tech savvy enough to know these things. Only those people that actually follow this stuff know. But the thing about it is that we've built this habit that we have to have the latest and greatest. There's hardly anyone who sticks around with a device for 2 years solid. Okay, if they have a chance to early upgrade, they invoke that early upgrade option and they get what they feel is the best right now, which is easily trumped and knocked off a month later. That's spending habits of the consumers. So what I'm saying is that if we've never built this habit of needing the latest and greatest, then these little things wouldn't happen where the next bump up upgrade device is minorly upgraded. Very minor. Like the J3 Emerge, which a lot of people are basically, compared to this J3 right here. My son's throwing stuff around. But compared to this, they're pretty much the same. Slightly. Except it's got a more beefier CPU. And it's running the, 6.0.1 is not the latest version of Android, but the most updated in the entire pie charts if you want to go and look to see exactly how many people are on what OS right now. Marshmallow is going to be it. Now the cameras, a lot of people are disappointed with the cameras. 2 to 5, and I said this in my my video earlier today about the J3, and that is you can't really knock a camera based on just what the number is next to megapixels because it's been proven time and time again that really does not call it whether the camera is great or not. Okay? There's a lot of things that go into it, and one thing that I have always said about Samsung is that they've always used good camera sensors in their device. I mean, honestly, the J3's cameras compared to the X-Power's cameras, which has a 5 megapixel front-facing shooter and an 8 megapixel in the back, this has a 2 megapixel front and a 5 megapixel in the back, but this one takes just a little bit better pictures than the X-Power does, especially with indoor shots and low lighting. So, again, it's not all about 5 megapixels, 8 megapixels. It's about the camera sensor that they use. It's about if they use a camera sensor from Sony, if they use one natively built, like Samsung sometimes will just use their own camera sensors that they built. Sometimes they will throw a Sony camera sensor inside there. It just depends on what they decide to use. You also got to think aperture rating as well. The aperture rating is about how much light is let in with the camera sensor. Dogs, shh, quiet, dogs. My dogs are funny. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to bring that to you guys, to your attention really quick. Just kind of understand how this all works. So don't really blame the carriers. The carriers have nothing to do with the construction of these devices. Okay? It's all on the OEM. So direct your focal points right at Samsung for this one if you guys are upset. Me personally, I really don't care. Because I know that in 2017, the J3 Emerge is not the only device that's coming out. So as far as people wondering about the J7, if Boost was to get the J7, most likely it would be the 2016 model, as the current J7 on Boost Mobile is in fact the 2015 model. So yeah, I don't know where they went with that one, but I guess Boost decided to go with that one. But you know what? Wasn't a bad option. Just saying. So, anyways, if you guys enjoyed my little rant, you guys can let me know by smashing that like button. Click the little pop-ups here on the screen if you guys want to check out the last video that I did. And to go to my channel to subscribe, you guys can do so. Click that little bubble with my, you know, yeah. You guys get what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to go now, and you guys should too. So, aloha. We'll see you guys next time.